Dr. Ian Roberts is in ICE custody after being arrested on Friday morning after ICE agents say he fled after they identified themselves in a school vehicle, later finding the vehicle ditched and Roberts hiding nearby. Roberts facing immigration and firearm charges. And just yesterday, Des Moines School Board placed Roberts on administrative leave with Matt Smith serving as the interim superintendent. So joining us to discuss this is Des Moines School Board President Jackie Norris. Jackie, thanks for being here this morning. So, a lot of people online have been saying just in general, how did this happen? So I want to go over a timeline for individuals and have questions based off of that. So let's throw the timeline up on the screen for you here. May 2023, Roberts was hired as superintendent. Now, Roberts signed a form stating that he was a citizen along with a third-party firm, not indicating any citizenship issues. Does that hiring process have any way of cross-checking citizenship? I know oftentimes those forms just you check a box and you indicate that you are.
Yeah, standard procedure, which is what we followed, just like the Iowa Board of Educational Examiners did. And so we received the information that verified that he was a citizen, and much like other school districts probably did as well.
And you referenced it here too. We'll put the timeline back up. July 2023, Iowa Board of Educational Examiners issuing a state license. So that's when they had their own independent background check of that as well. So he's hired for a year. May of 2024, the final order of removal by an immigration judge. You said in a statement that no one was aware in the district of that final order of removal just a year after he was hired.
The district never received information from any entity, and that's concerning. We are taking that very seriously, but we did not receive that information. Dr. Roberts has an attorney that is working with him to gather additional facts because we don't have any facts at this point. So that's what we're seeking.
And then the ICE agents as well said that there was a firearm recovered in the vehicle too. Obviously there's no firearms allowed on school property in a school issued vehicle, so I'm sure that's just concerning for you as well.
Just looking, it is all very concerning.
Okay, so I want to talk about the district. Are you going to wait for the legal process to fully pan out before you decide to make the move for a full-time superintendent? I know a lot of moving pieces are happening right now. You have interim Superintendent Matt Smith. I guess just how do you view the future here?
I think the most important thing we have to focus right now is to allow two things to unfold, right? This is now a personnel issue, and Dr. Roberts is working with his attorney. At the same point, we have to focus on welcoming 30,000 children into our building on Monday and 5,000 staff. And this has been a jarring few days, and I'm so proud of Matt Smith. He convened the principals and the staff on Saturday, and they are prepared to have conversations with students because there are a lot of questions for our young people right now. And so all eyes right now should be on supporting our students and staff.
I guess following up on that too, what has the discussion been like just for the conversation when Monday does come up tomorrow too, of how this will be discussed to students in the district? Des
Moines Public Schools is one of the best districts in the country. We welcome 30,000 students from all across the country. And it's really important to understand that citizenship is a very complex issue. There's lots of forms required, and two things can be true. As you navigate through a citizenship process and discuss what it means to be a citizen, somebody can also be a good human being. And so as a school district, it is very important that we try to allow two things to happen. As a board, our responsibility is to make sure that our students and staff are safe, and we have to protect our students and staff, but we also have to allow empathetic conversations to take place.
Two really quick questions here for you. First one, is there resources that are going to be available for students and I guess staff, grieving, it might not be the right word, but something of that nature that will be available?
So today there will be parent communication that will go out. I think our staff already has that, and that information will be shared so parents can start having those conversations with their children. And I think, the most important thing that would be helpful to us, there is a lot of finger pointing right now, and there's a lot of inflamed, angry rhetoric. And what we need to keep saying is we don't have the facts, and we are working very quickly to ascertain the facts. But at the same time, it would be very helpful. Our kids are watching, and we don't need hateful rhetoric directed at us right now.
And the last question I had for you, we outlined the timeline of how the board and no one in the district knew that this issue was ongoing, but what would you say to people, viewers, that maybe had a little bit concerned about the board's ability to be able to find a new superintendent? I know that is in the future, but what would you let our viewers know about that future process if that is needed?
Yeah, you know, right now we have such confidence in Matt Smith. He has been in this role before, and the most important thing we need to do is continue to do the business that we do every day, and we do it well. And I have to say, I'm a little tired of people picking on Des Moines Public Schools. Our literacy scores are going up. We are headed in the right direction. And so what people can do right now is love our students and support our teachers.
Okay. Jackie Norris, thanks for being here and communicating. I know there's a lot of misinformation online and people getting timelines mixed up, so I just wanted that to be clear for our viewers as well.
Great.
So thanks for taking the time. Hey, we'll have more news right after the break.